Hi everyone, this is Deanna, the Organized Miss, and I am wondering how you find money to start cash stuffing when you are on a budget already and you have a fixed income or haven't figured out how to generate the extra income. And I was inspired by a video that I saw my friend Janine at the Balance Planner, how she's kind of starting herself with finding money to cash stuff, and I had commented, I cash stuff. We're calling it that, sinking funds, but not the way you're supposed to do it, because I don't actually know that what I'm doing. So I thought, well, best way to do it is just get on the camera and talk through it, because that seems to work for me. So these are two binders that I'm currently using. And so when I say currently using, I mean it's not like my planner, right? It's my holder, my space, my placeholder, whatever, that I decided to dedicate to cash stuffing. So I had this, I don't know where I got it. I think obviously I had purchased it at one of my favorite secondhand stores, and it came just like this. And I said, it doesn't need to be pretty. I'm going to use it for my cash stuffing envelopes. And then I purchased these pack of plastic envelopes that you can find online. I'll find a link to the ones I got, because there was quite a few in there. And then I made these, I don't know what you call these, like cover pages or whatever, to indicate what the envelope was going to be for. And I picked, what I wanted them to stand for. So like gas, groceries. This would be for me, for my self-care and beauty self-care things. And this one's for my daughter, because yes, sometimes I still put back money to give her for things. I don't need to. To be fair, she actually makes more money than I do. But, she's still paying off student loans and whatnot. So, miscellaneous. This is because I always find something that I haven't budgeted for. So that's just there. I do have my own DriveThru envelope, because the reality is I'm not going through as often now, but I did used to go through the DriveThru quite a bit. I've been working on changing that habit, just for my health, my eating, but also it does make a difference financially. But the reality is I'm still going to go through the DriveThru, because I did just that. Went and picked up my soda. That is what inspired this video. So whenever I get change back, like, I just came from the soda store, got a soda through the DriveThru. I paid with a $10 bill. I put the change in here, and now all of the rest of it is less than a 10, so 5 and I think a couple of ones will go in my, my sinking funds challenge, whatever. But I'll put it in here, and then, after a while I'll just pick it up and go put it in my change box. So let's just do that, This is a couple of, it wasn't all just today. Obviously, this was a couple trips worth. And I thought, well, I'll just show you what I do with my change, like how I'm putting back money to cash stuff or whatever. So let me back up, and then I'll get to it. So anyway, that's what these are. And I have, these envelopes are separate from these, because the thought would be that these are the ones I would carry around with me to be the actual cash that I spend, instead of using my, ever easy debit card that makes it so quick and painless to just, spend money without thinking about it. And so my original, when I very first started, they were actually in here, and this was what I was going to carry as my wallet. But then my mom ended up getting sick and going to the hospital, and very quickly I just set my you know, everything really aside for a while and just had to focus on her. So this became my mom wallet, and now it is my mom and all my reference things that I need to have. So that is how they got slid into here, and that's as far as I got with carrying that around. So I do have some extra ones. Oh, what's that? Ah, yes, I got some little stamps that I was playing with. And so this one is the one that I actually set my cash into. So, and this is the one that, like, I just leave at home and only, you know, put the cash in here. And this is how I've started to, I guess this is what would be a savings challenge, because this is about as far as I've gotten, that I will find, you know, ways for myself to like put cash in here. So I have them labeled, but there's no rhyme or reason. I haven't actually created, you know, the sinking funds per se. I'm just saving cash to do that with. So this one I just call savings, and that's where I'm putting things, which I'll explain in a minute. Right now it has $5 bills in there. Is this upside down? What am I doing here? Okay. Take two. So these are the funds that, or the categories that I have decided that I would like to create sinking funds for. So I have house maintenance, and again, I just created all these to fit my needs, because I figured I wouldn't actually be able to buy on Etsy what I personally wanted. So house, because, you know, my house is my castle. Car tags, because I still, you know, pay for our car tags, and, you know, I usually just pay for it the month they're due, but wouldn't it be nice to put some back a little and not have that big bill? And this would be just cars, like maintenance, putting back for, like, when I get my oil changed, or, you know, new tires or whatever. So that, clothing budget. So some of these I created with the hopes and dreams of having a line item for that in my budget. Not currently. Like, clothing is one of those things I just buy here or there. Birthdays. So when friends and family have birthdays, I want to be able to put back money for that, so then I can, you know, pull from this fund to get a birthday present or a card or whatever. Christmas. Again, Christmas club. Oh, so many great ideas. Technology. I'd like to get a new phone for myself and my daughter every, well, we like do it every other year when the new iPhones come out. Travel. So, again, it's empty, but I want to put money in there. Glasses or contacts. So both my daughter and I wear glasses. She wears contacts. So again, putting some money back. You know, the responsible grown-up thing to do for all the things. Medical and dental, you know, copays or over-the-counter things, or I don't know, whatever. I like this little phrenology drawing here because, you know, I have migraines. Credit cards, happy to say I have paid those off. And the goal was to be able to, my plan was to, you know, cash stuff and then use this to pay them off, get rid of those high interest rates. But I'm still going to keep that there, but hopefully there will be no need for that. But, you know, you always need like a credit card. When I went to Florida for my grandmother, and her condo where I was staying was right across the street from the hospital, so that was easy to walk there. But then when they transferred her to hospice, it was, you know, a drive away, and so I need to rent a car. So they were kind enough to come and bring the car, deliver it to me at the hospital, but they required a credit card, and I only had a debit card. So I really just pleaded my case with the gentleman, because we were in the hospital parking lot, and my grandmother was going to hospice, and, you know, he went ahead and let me put on my debit card. But I'm realizing I still need to keep a card for things like that, you know, travel and emergencies, whatnot. But, and then I can use the, you know, credit card sinking funds to pay it off immediately. School loans, like I said, still she's still working on those, so that means it's still me too. I want to have a envelope to help with that. And taxes, because wouldn't it be nice to, again, have that put back? I'm self-employed, so usually the tax bill comes and I do it once a year. Again, always have great plans. So taxes, and then this is, I said coins, and I did put this in here, and originally I thought, oh, let me put here's the coins there that I just pulled out, right? And I was like, I could put those in there. I think my thought was when I was, to carry it around with that. And then quickly I was like, really? No. I'll put it in my door, in that little thing. And then when I'm ready to bring it inside and put it inside my picks, I would do that. So it still has its own placeholder here, but okay, so that's as far as I've gotten with the system. Now, there's no sinking funds in here, except you can probably see a very crude system. What I have, I'm just going to put my coins down until I get back to them. What I started doing, and so I started this in August, and it's now October while we're speaking, and what I told myself that I would do to kind of start cutting back my debit card usage, because it's a lot easier to just spend on things that you wouldn't, pause and consider as if you would when you had cash. So I told myself, instead of like when I went to the drive-thru earlier and got myself a soda and one for my daughter because she's not feeling good and she requested one. Well, normally we could just DoorDash that, right? But it costs a lot more money. So I said, let me get in the car and drive there. And when I drive there, let me not use my debit card, because that's my habit that I'm trying to change. Let me use the cash on hand. See? And so I have to make a decision. First of all, is it worth my cash? But I decided yes. And so what I started doing was going to the, ATM or the bank when I'm at the bank, and I will just make sure I get a $20 bill. So try to always have a $20 bill on me. So when I'm ready to go to the drive-thru, I have to break this $20 bill. That soda's really got to be worth it to me. Or, whatever I'm doing. Right now, it is my drive-thru money. So instead of having this, drive-thru here, instead of physically carrying this drive-thru bucket around, where did I hide it? Instead of carrying my wallet around with the money in this, I'm just telling myself this is basically my drive-thru budget. Again, my crude cash stuffing sinking funds system. So I budgeted that. So when I spend it, if my thing only cost me a couple dollars, I'm going to get change back, right? So I'm going to get maybe a 10 and some 5s and some 1s and some change. My challenge to myself for August was to then not spend 5s or 1s, right? Not spend the 5s or 1s or the change, which I pretty much don't spend change. I'd say rarely. There may have been a couple of occasions since 2020 when I stopped spending change and really relied heavily on the debit card, right? Because that's easier to Lysol and whatnot. Anyway, so I would bring my 5 and my 1s home, and I first started with just putting them both in here because there wasn't much. And then throughout the month, then I didn't do it in September because pageant, I had a whole lot going on in September. I picked it back up for a little bit in September. October. Then I started saying, I got enough. I need to put the 1s here and the 5s here. So that's what I do. I just put, so I had, a 5 and 1 left over from my change here, from my run, plus the change that I got, I put in the door handle there, along with whatever other change was there. And so I'll just come back to this in a minute. So then for my change, what I decided to do was all my coins that are smaller than a quarter go in this small pig here, right? So I just put my pennies, nickels, dimes. I think I only got dimes and pennies here. And then my quarters, or I found I had a dollar coin the other day. They go in here. Look at that. You can see my setup. So I just put the quarters in here. Getting heavy. And I just do that because it's easier to separate and count for me. But we have a coin counter at the bank that last year when I had filled this up, I just took it there and dumped it out. And that's how I save for little things. Fun. I'll take a little side detour here. So I was a single mom, and my daughter, when she was little, you know, I didn't have a lot of discretionary income, so I would save all my change, just the change. You know, I thought that's easier, you know, enough to put back and not spend. So I had a little, it was a Ziploc bag. I didn't even use a pig or any kind of bank. It was just a Ziploc bag. I would throw my change in there under my bed, and we would save that up. And usually about once or twice a year, I had saved up enough change to pay for my gas to go out of state to where one of my sisters lived, and to go down and stay with her. And of course we would stay with her, so I didn't have to pay for a hotel, and she would feed me, and, you know, then we'd have, you know, sister time for usually about a week in the summer. And then sometimes, you know, if I got an opportunity to do a second trip, I'd do that. Or reverse it. If she was able to come see me, I could give her some money, right? And believe it or not, I could save quite a bit just putting my change into a little bag and not spending it, and just, you know, sticking to a budget, because that's key. Decide where your money's going to go and only spend it there. And then, you know, when you're done, you're done. So change, it was easy to put aside. So that's what I did. So now this year, I've only decided to separate them. And I don't know how much is in there, because I'm not going to count right now. So I have my fives in my savings thing, and I have all the ones here that are, you know, just going there. And my thought was, how did that get out? I thought, let's fix that first, because I'm having a little OCD about it, was that when I felt like I had enough here to start, you know, creating envelopes with them, I would do that. So that's what I'm doing. And I do have another envelope back here that I've started putting larger bills in every so often. And it's really like, I'm not ready to sink that anywhere yet. It's literally just going there. So like if I'm like, oh, I'm not going to spend basically it's my allowance for my drive-through money, right? That's what I'm doing with it. If I decide not to spend it, then I can put it back there. So that's my challenge to myself. It's not an official, you know, color in the box or check off the thing. I'm not really motivated by that, really. I got enough planners and stuff going on, but watching this fill up is motivating. And I think once I'm ready to start, you know, specifying which envelope it'll go into, I did put in with these, in some of them, not all of them. I just had these extra from my sister gave me these when I first started planning. Just little, they were, you know, rip out of a book or something. And they fit perfectly in there. And I thought, well, this could be good for like keeping a total of, if I want to say, you know, this is for my travel budget, then I would write how much I put in there or whatever. You know, it's not a perfected system. And I know there's lots of things that I could buy online and try, but the whole point is I'm trying to save money and put back money, not spend it, right? So I'm like, how can I make it for myself? And I have that skill set, right? I'm able to, let me turn this around because that's making me have a little anxiety too. I'm able to make those, so why not? And even, you know, I could maybe put them together as whatever online. And if someone will buy them on Etsy, I guess that would help me save, make a little extra money, right? Haven't got that far yet. They'd be digital. Yeah, they'd be digital. But long story, this is what I'm doing as my savings challenge. And I have started watching videos. Like I said, I'm following Janine and just kind of watching her journey in all areas. She's just challenging herself with things to improve. And I was like, you know what? I could probably tighten this system a little bit, you know. So watch out pretty soon for videos where I'm going to actually start stuffing the envelopes. But I feel like I need to have a little bit more because I don't know how much I have yet. I'm not ready to count it because I know I have a lot of ones here, right? And I have some fives, but not a lot. And then I have some bigger bills back there. But that's where I'm at on my cash stuffing journey. Thanks. I'm picking up my other cash here because this goes back in my wallet. I just pulled it out to the rest of my budget. You know, my spending cash is in my wallet. So like I said, I still have, you know, cash. Next time I want to buy something, I'll try to just spend the 10, you know, and whatever change I get back, I know it'll be less than a 10. So all of that will go in here and so on until I go through my budget. And then same thing next month, I'll, you know, kind of do the same thing. I will do that until I figure out what works for me. I think what I'd like to do is, you know, update my budget for what I want to put where. But that's another video. So if you got this far, thank you for supporting my channel and my journey and you know, just for being here, because your likes and subscribes and comments and hearts and, you know, all the things really do encourage me and also kind of help me feel like I'm not alone in this, right? You know, so we're all in this together. Is that the song? All in this together. I can't carry a tune, but I'll sing. We're all in this together. I don't even know what song that is. I feel like it's probably from like a Disney thing. I'm rambling. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.